basic thing about all big punchers is, do they have the stamina in the late round?
Well, that's it.
Oh, a left hook!
He wobbled him with that one for a moment. Now the straight right hand. Bonecrusher trying to come back with a right of his own, but that was blocked by Ruddock's shoulder.
Now that's what I mean when I said that Bonecrusher is the puncher. If Bonecrusher had landed like that, we could have been out of here. Razor hurt him, but not enough to finish him. If he doesn't get carried away and get careless and keep landing those clean shots, he's liable to take Bonecrusher out late in the fight. That was a good left hook. He feinted the jab and turned it into a hook.
Less than a minute to go in round 3. Heavyweight action from Fayetteville, North Carolina this afternoon on Sports Weekend. Canadian champion Donovan "Razor" Ruddock with a record of 21 victories, 1 loss and 1 draw in against the former WBA heavyweight champion of the world. And I think Razor Ruddock, although respectful of Bonecrusher Smith's power, he certainly should be, is gaining confidence as this fight progresses, Russ. He is finding that he can hit this man.
And not only can he hit him, but he can take the shot, too. He's been tagged a few times, went down, and he's back here. He's saying, hey, I can be in with this guy.
There's that left jab once again. Round 3 almost at a close. Smith with a jab of his own now, but more of a pawing motion than anything with any sort of snap behind it. There's the bell, the end of round number 3, as referee Tony Perez signals the two to their corners. So not nearly as much action in that third round as there was in round 2, but that's not surprising because in round 2, both boxers had each other in trouble.
They sure did, Doug. Boy, they were banging. They're throwing some heavy leather in there. I think they're going to cool off a little bit in the next few rounds unless one of them happens to land a good, clean shot.
How you feel? How you feel?
Well, we take a look at Ruddock's corner, but that was Joe Frazier. There he is now, talking to Bonecrusher Smith.
Head down. You pull him back up. Quick pull him out. You understand?
Go to the body.
You want to do slow, right?
Go to the body.
Go like you've been going the first time. Pick up the speed. You understand? You pick up that speed, some for me.
I noticed that as well, and Frazier gave him the same instructions.
Razor Ruddock in his corner with trainer Jenks Morton.
There's that left hook. He feinted a jab and turned it into a hook. Here we go.
The bell has sounded. Round number 4 from the Cumberland County Memorial Auditorium in Fayetteville, North Carolina. It is Canadian champion Donovan "Razor" Ruddock in the white trunks with red trim against former WBA world champion James "Bonecrusher" Smith in red trunks with white trim. Interesting fight so far as Ruddock was caught with a booming right hand in the second round, went to the canvas, but he's come back awfully strong since then, seems to be building momentum. Perhaps he feels in his own mind now that, hey, I've taken the best this man has to offer, and I was able to get back into my feet, but that doesn't mean he can become careless. Now he's got Smith against the ropes, looking to line up and tee off. Got a right hand in there, grazing blow.
Boy, I'm impressed with Razor Ruddock. He's keeping his composure really well. He's landed some clean shots, and he's not getting carried away. He's making the old legs move back. He's moving the Bonecrusher back.
You know, you were mentioning, Russ, you often question the stamina of the big hitter like Bonecrusher. You mentioned at the beginning of the telecast that he is also listed as 36 years old, and some say that's not accurate. He is actually older than that. So you combine the two, his advanced age for a boxer and the fact that he's a banger, and I wonder just how long those legs are going to be able to carry him.
I don't know. The only thing that I know that Bonecrusher will have until the very end is the power. He might not have the wind, he might not have the stamina, he might not have the legs, but he's got dynamite in that right hand, and he's got that puncher's chance.
Smith attempting to tie Ruddock up along the ropes now as Ruddock was firing from all directions, trying to get the heavy artillery unleashed. Bonecrusher back with a left-right combination. Not effective at all. And now Ruddock, who was dancing on his toes earlier in the fight, electing to go flat-footed with this man.
Bonecrusher looks tired, Doug.
Does he ever?
He sure does. He wanted this thing over in the second round. It didn't happen. There's that left hook again. Right hand.
That's exactly the point I was alluding to earlier. Smith expending tremendous energy in the first, rounds 2 and 3, I'd say. That coupled with his advanced age, comparatively speaking, in professional boxing. And he does look tired, and you will note as well that between every round, Joe Frazier, Smoking Joe, who is working his corner, is asking him repeatedly, how do you feel? How do you feel?
He also told him at the end of the round, don't pull out from the inside. And he doesn't want him backing up against Razor, because if he's backing up, he can't plant his feet and land the big bomb. He wants Bonecrusher going forward. Oh, those are low blows. Oh, another one.
Ruddock back with a left-right combination. Has Smith up along the ropes, and now Smith ties him up in the corner. But I'll tell you, the Bonecrusher's face is beginning to show the effects of some of the damage he has taken. And as he makes his way back to his corner, Russ, he is one awfully tired heavyweight boxer.
The legs are very unsteady. There's chaos in the corner. They didn't get the stool in on time. He is a tired heavyweight. A tired heavyweight.
You're letting this man get away from you. Wake up some. You understand? You're letting this man get away from you, Bone. You got him under control. Deal with him. This only is the fourth, fifth round. You got to deal with him. How you feel? Take a couple of them. Come on.
I don't think Razor is hurting him all that much, but he's not going to replace the fatigue.
Let's take a look at the highlights from that fourth round, Russ.
Oh, this is when he threw the consecutive right hands. Boom, one after the other. He doubled up on the right hand. Now, you see Bonecrusher's moving back like that. When he's doing that, there is no possible way he can land the power. He's got to hold his ground, duck under, roll to the left, roll to the right. Not back up. If he's back, a blind man can hit you when you back up in a straight line.
Razor Ruddock just pursuing him across the ring, backing him right across. And here we go with round number 5.
I'm impressed with Razor Ruddock. I'm really impressed with Razor Ruddock.
I wonder if Iron Mike is watching somewhere today. I wonder if Evander Holyfield is watching somewhere today. Because it seems inevitable that they are going to have to meet one of these gentlemen at some point in the very near future. And at this stage of the game, it looks as though it could be Donovan Razor Ruddock. Unless Bonecrusher Smith can suddenly regroup and find that power that he has been missing since round number 2.
You know, we mentioned earlier, Doug, about Razor being only 23 years of age. He wants a really big win here. He would love nothing more than to knock out Bonecrusher. But if I was in that corner, that's not what I'd be calling. Just do what you're doing. It's working fine. Don't fix what's not broken. Keep scoring those points. Hurt him on occasion, and he'll win this fight because there is still that dynamite.
And once again, as he did in the previous round, Razor Ruddock electing to go flat-footed with Smith. That's unusual for Razor. Usually you will see him dancing on his toes, showing good lateral movement. It almost seems, Russ, as though he's lost a certain amount of respect for Bonecrusher.
Well, I think he's just matured more as a heavyweight. He's only moving when he has to. If you don't have to move, if you don't have to, don't do it. Why waste the energy for nothing, Doug?
Once again, Tony Perez in to separate them. And the Bonecrusher with his mouth open now, gasping for air through that mouthpiece. That little mouse I alluded to under his right eye now somewhat more noticeable than when first observed. A lot of clutching, a lot of grabbing by Bonecrusher Smith as he doesn't want to get into that no man's land where Razor Ruddock can tee off and land those telling blows.
He gets on the inside with Razor and he won't do any work. He's just waiting there for Tony Perez to break them up. He's got to work inside. He's got to put those investment shots into the body.
Same thing he did against Tyson, Russ, and it cost him.
Yeah. He is a tired man in there, Doug. Razor, I don't care what happens tonight. Razor is a heavyweight to be contended with.
Yeah, he's legitimate. There's no doubt about that. A lot of people said, who's he beaten? Oh, yeah, he staggered him with a right hand there. And now the Bonecrusher right back.
See, that's foolish. He doesn't have to do that. He heard him step away. Heard him again a little later. Don't get into the exchange with him.
Donovan Razor Ruddock with his youthful enthusiasm, and it may cost him unless Jenks Morton can get him calmed down in his corner between rounds. I agree with Russ. Take your time, hurt your man, step out, step back in, hurt him again, but don't try to mix it up with him.
What for? What's the reason? What's the purpose of it?
Bonecrusher Smith may be a wounded lion, but he is still a lion. His claws are still sharp.
Doug, there's nothing more dangerous than a wounded animal.
There's the end of round number 5. And I'll tell you, if you paid money to get into this place today, you're not going to go home feeling cheated.
They're earning every penny they're getting.